A lot of Arsenal fans unhappy. They're tweeting in saying I'm being negative about Arsenal. I can't remember being that. Was I negative about Arsenal, really? I wasn't as positive as you, but I said they're playing well, enjoy watching them, they're going to finish fourth. Is all that negative?
Not all of it, no. But there was a little tone to your voice about Arsenal, I've got to say.
Okay, well, what I did say was Arteta, just hold back on the praise because he hasn't proved anything yet. The last time I said hasn't proved anything yet in connection with anything to do with Arsenal was when Aubameyang signed his contract. Now, how did that work out? Okay, thank you very much. So let's bide our time. Phil has tweeted, did Dean Ashton watch another game on Saturday because Tottenham weren't the better team?
Deary me.
Did you watch another game? You were there. Stu says, Dean Ashton on talkSPORT going on about Man United Spurs. You're going on, apparently. Man United won the game, but he's bigging up Spurs like they demolished them. How do these people get paid to talk about sport? How do you get paid to talk about sport? Outrageous.
It's incredible, I've got to admit, but he's wrong because Tottenham should have won. Tottenham were the better side.
Love it when you get grief and not me. I love it. Brilliant. Nobody's given you grief for your clobber yet, so have a look on YouTube, Facebook, and then feel free.
No.
Jonathan, keep it clean. It doesn't have to be aggressive.
They can't see it.
This is true. Yeah, that's exactly the point. Jonathan, a Man United fan. How you doing, Jonathan?
Hi, guys. Hope you're well.
Very well.
Yeah. Not only was Dean correct about Spurs dominating us Saturday, Watford have dominated us this season, they're going to go down. Burnley have dominated this season, they're going to go down. Norwich dominated us at Carrow Road, they're going to go down. I don't really need to keep going on, do I? Listen, let's not cover it up. Tottenham were well and truly all over us. Really surprising that Kane and Son didn't do any more damage than they actually did. Let's look at that team. Rashford shouldn't be near the squad, as Dean said. He's not done anything for 2 years, which has coincided with a lot of his external stuff. Unfortunately, the guy is bomb-proof. Harry Maguire, I don't think you're going to find a United fan that thinks he should be anywhere near the squad, never mind in the team. Paul Pogba, I know he's leaving in the summer. I know he's running down his contract. But I've never seen in 30 years of watching football a more overrated player. There's so much wrong with that club. On the flip side of all that, guys, Ronnie, he's got previous. I know you shouldn't call yourself a goat, but I'll give him that. I'll give him that. He's the only player. Listen, you were going on about Fred, and he didn't have a bad game. But that's his one good game in the next 10. And United fans are used to mediocrity, so they'll champion that performance now. But now we're putting another half a dozen duff games. So, look, I think if West Ham keep up, we could be sixth. We're definitely not getting top four.
Wow. Ever the optimist, Jonathan? And Ronaldo is allowed to call himself a GOAT, apparently. Harry Maguire, I thought he was unlucky with the own goal. He's got to go for it. And it's terrific ball in. So I wouldn't really hold that against him too much. And I also think, I asked the question the other week, Rio and Vidic, arguably the greatest centre-back partnership Premier League's ever seen, right? Would they have looked so good with McTominay and Fred in front of them? Probably not, would they?
No.
But they'd have looked okay, decent. Yeah, these are way better defenders we're talking about. But point is, if you've got Maguire and Varane, I mean,
imagine,
there's no pace there at all.
Imagine they actually had a midfielder that thinks about defending.
Yeah.
Imagine they had one of those in front of them, how that might help them. Because they haven't.
You're right.
Matic physically can't because he just cannot get there because of his lack of physicality and his pace. He can't get there anymore. And McTominay and Fred don't think defensively. They don't. They're good at interceptions in midfield, but the actual tracking runners, spotting danger, filling in, no, they haven't got that mentality as a midfield player.
You imagine a Fernandinho at his peak in front of the Man United centre-halves. That's when and also, I mean, there's a big case to say they should be playing a 3 with Varane and Maguire in the team, but that's another debate. Charlie's a United fan. What do you want to say, Charlie? Charlie?
Hello?
Hiya.
Hello. I just want to say, Aid, it's so good to hear you back on Drive. We've been missing you, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm always on Mondays. Always on Mondays. Although I won't be next week.
Yeah, I've got two things I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about Rashford. I don't know. Just as a United fan, it's worrying seeing him play over, because it's been about 18 months he's been like this, and psychologically, it's clear for everyone to see. Echoing what Dean was saying, something is going on there, and the guy is short of confidence, and I don't think he's going to get in the England squad, and it's really worrying to see. I know something psychological is going on there, and I'm getting a bit of Dele Alli going on there. I feel like we know Rashford's got all the quality in the world, and he can be a great player, but I feel like if he's not careful, it could be a bit of a Dele Alli route in terms of where his career goes.
So it's a really interesting point. I mean, I think we all want Marcus Rashford to do well. Away from the pitch, he's been a role model. On the pitch, at times, he's been brilliant. I'm just chuckling away there because I remember we were talking about Euro 2016 earlier, just how terrible England were. And I remembered being in the stadium in Nice when Harry Kane was taking corners and we went out to Iceland. And was it Rashford came on for the last 10 minutes of the game and won man of the match? It was just ridiculous. But and he trod on the ball at one point as well. That's how bad England were. But he is capable of some brilliance. And maybe with a new manager coming in at Manchester United, that new manager could bring the best out of Marcus Rashford. Or maybe he's got to move.
But also, I don't think we should just single out Marcus Rashford. There's a few players in that side that are completely broken. Their confidence is broken. Harry Maguire is one of those. I don't think he's a bad player. I've seen him play lots of very, very good games. He is broken. The pressure that's on top of him every week, which is right when you're at a top club like that, but the scrutiny at Manchester United is huge. I think it's affecting him, and he needs the help to get that back. Sure, another one. Confidence completely broken.
Can I just say then,
Rashford,
is this not where the GOAT really should come into his own? Should he not be leading those players in a far better... I'm not talking about the armband or the captain, anything like that. I'm talking about properly leading. I can remember him coming out and talking about some of the younger players at United earlier in the season. It was one interview, and it was to get a message out there. And I think he may well have had a point, but this is a guy who's won everything, done everything, been at United and done it all, gone away and done it all. This is a GOAT, and maybe he should take a bit more leadership on. Even if he's not the captain, he should just take a bit more leadership on and help these guys out more.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what he's doing behind the sines. We don't know whether that's the case, whether day to day...
working, is it?
No, exactly. But these players need a bit of help as well with their confidence. You don't all of a sudden just become a terrible player. You don't. But as a player, if you're not right mentally in terms of your confidence levels, you can look a terrible player very, very quickly. But ultimately, that can switch and that confidence can be changed. Sometimes it can be a goal. Sometimes it can be a moment that can change things. But at the moment, there's quite a few players, I would say, that are just so far below the levels that they're clearly capable of, because we've seen it, that's down to mentality and confidence.